All right, where is this forum thing? System? Nope. I thought there was a forum thing. Announcements? Notice on game restrictions. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay, this and this. All right. In order to maintain a fair and secure game, we are enforcing strict rules used for unofficial game clients and unauthorized programs. Starting from May 8th, running in the emulator environment will be restricted. We kindly ask you to access game through authorized environments such as mobile devices or the official PC build. Okay. Recently, increasing violations of operating policy, but in connection with external organizations has been observed. Has it now? As a result, we are receiving an increased number of reports from innocent players who have been negatively affected by these violations. Likely story. Okay. In particular, there have been frequent incidents where actions such as transaction actions, proxy play, and third have led to serious security issues, such as account theft and personal information leakage. Okay. Purchasing mezzos, requesting a proxy player to clear a boss, receiving in-game items through a package purchased via third-party top-up service. Is that Razer? Is this what they're talking about? Are they talking about Razer? Multiple account operations conducted in a coordinated and abnormal manner, such under similar identical conditions. So basically, they're saying, oh, okay, more malicious. Okay. I love how they say, in order to protect your valuable accounts and maintain a fair gameplay, like they're doing it to they care about our account security, and they care about fairness of the game. Like they care about all these things that are like they never care about ever. Because if they cared about this stuff, wouldn't they like if we were to accidentally um like discard or what do you call it, fuse or use the forge tab accidentally on an item, they never give us our item back. So they act like they're like, it's funny that they say they're worried about our loss and our account theft, but they don't really. But do they really? Because they don't really care about the game. When people make a mistake and ask for like items back because of accidents, they just say they can't do it. Protect your valuable account. Never share your account with anyone. Access restriction for 30 days. Permanent ban. Yeah. Playing the other's individual account can and cause harm to others. Having another person control your character. Interesting level of development. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, trading with cash at normal. So this has been for a while, I think. This is nothing. I mean, maybe it's the first time in writing, but this is nothing new. People have been getting banned for this for a while. Like it's been in their policy. You obviously can't use real money. You're not supposed to use real money or sell mezzos or sell items for cash equivalent. That's been around forever. So, you know, people that do that are, they know what they're getting themselves into for a while now. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. Or I don't think they can really crack. I'd be interested to see if they're actually going to crack down on this. How can they? Like, they can't control. They said they're going to control Richie somewhere in here, but yeah, oh, here using trade station inappropriately to transfer game currency in an unofficial way. Okay, attempting or inducing the trade of in-game items or accounts. So basically, my take on this is that like they've tried to change the trade station, right? They've tried to make unique items have a cap, legendary items have a cap. So now Mythic items are the last things that don't have caps. Style items don't have caps, and obviously Richie. So they've tried many things over the years to control this as far as, meso sellers. Um, that's been around since day one. And I don't know how they can how they're going to enforce this. And actually, like, unless someone kind of rats on someone else, like say someone posts in Discord or something that they're selling mesos, and then someone rats on them to and somehow can trace it back. I can't really see how they can consistently enforce this, um, in my opinion. So, because they've been trying to do this for a long time. Multiple account operators. So using multiple accounts to repeatedly gain benefit to systematically transfer in-game currency undermines integrity. So a lot of people think that they're worried about like playing multiple accounts because I play multiple accounts, right? And they're like worried that they're gonna get banned for playing multiple accounts. You actually can play multiple accounts. It's more about the um this part right here. Using the game with multiple accounts or in an organized or collective manner for the purpose of unfairly acquiring, trading, or transferring items, including for profit. So basically what it's saying is, you know, we've talked about this before, funneling Meso's gear to one main, right? Kind of having alts do content and then funnel it all to your main. That is something that they're talking about here. But if you kind of treat them individually as their own accounts, then you're fine. Right? Just don't like just be smart about it. I mean, just like anything else, don't take advantage of the system. You were told by someone earlier that they're implementing this because someone in Asia bought an account for 50,000 and then afterward the seller recovered their account and took everything back. Yeah, that being yeah, it's not an offense. Abusing it is, yes. Sandy Gate. Multiple account operations gaining unfair advantage. Yeah, so this is what you're talking about, the Sandy Gate thing, I think, is where I think yeah, this is what I was talking about, delivering benefits to a specific account. So just don't abuse it. I mean, repeatedly playing multiple accounts in similar patterns. So they're saying this is like doing the Sandy Gate uh CRA on 10 accounts, right? Leeching. So they kind of implemented the 2% thing here after a certain amount of time. So you can't just leech. Like it makes it a little bit more challenging, right? Just so you're not doing like 10 devices, or emulator as well was something that really made this um, more common under the same network or access environment. Yeah. So this is same thing, deviating from standard market value, conducting transactions that deviate from the standard market value, or repeatedly trading with accounts that have violated the operating policy. So this is um, concentrating in-game currency and items to specific accounts. So this is all kind of the same thing. They're just giving you examples, right? The main thing is like I've talked about before. There's nothing wrong with in my like there's nothing wrong with like say doing Damien on three different accounts, right? And then buying Stigma Stones for market value or slightly below, right? For a reasonable price and quote unquote buying it on your main. That's not what they're talking about here. They're talking about selling it like they're talking about sniping gear at like, 100 mezels, whatever it is, at like cheap prices, Stigma Stones that are much lower than market price and trying to, funnel it to your main. That's what they're talking about. They're not talking about like, so standard market value. Now, how can they tell what standard market value, right? For like, you know, that's where the kind of the gray area is. Like style items, they can't they can't put a market price on that. But like a Stigma Stone or a Node Stone or whatever that's, has multiple things in the trade station that are at a certain price. And just don't be posting stuff. Don't be trying to snipe, right? Sniping is like risky for one, and just what they're trying to avoid. If someone plays three accounts and they want to consolidate what they earn to one account, they should be allowed to. I mean, but yeah, they should be, but just buy it for market price, right? Like just or just buy it for slightly below market. I mean, they've had this in the rules. They've had this in their operating procedure policy. Whether you agree with it or not, they've had it. And sniping is now just a risk. That's just what it is. And you're eating the 10% tax, but it's tough. It's definitely tough, but that's just how you just gotta be careful here. It's in the writing. I mean, they're kind of giving examples too. So at your own risk. Like let's be real, everyone is doing it, but you're doing it moderately. No one's gonna blink an eye. It's a matter of people who are over. Yeah, like they're. I think the thing that people understand is that they're not like it's not like people are out there like checking IP addresses all the time and it's just it's all automated, right? And it's all automated. People they're getting alerted to people that are abusing these kind of scenarios. They have to have something that's alerting them, and they're looking into it, right? So just don't be that person. Just don't look like a bot. Essentially, is what it is. Don't look like someone that's just like doing sketchy stuff. And kind of a unwritten rule is it's tend to I'm sure their algorithm has something that I'm sure something in the algorithm has a little grace period or a grace um, if you're you know buying some packages, if you're doing some you know kind of giving your funding them financially, just saying, right? Unfortunately, like free to play players and people that don't um, spend are unfortunately usually the people that are getting hit or seen as bots. And that is what you're trying not to do. You're trying not to be looked at as a bot. And let's be real, bots are not really spending. So, oh no, next one is big mad that actual players are trying to avoid the 10% metal tax. Oh no, meanwhile there are bots snugging selling metals over the past month. They're still around. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe we should stop 10-man, stop 2% Lotus. Risking it. You're risking it, Gem. But yeah, I mean, this is all, in my opinion, I think the biggest one is the emulator, but all this kind of stuff is something that it's kind of just per se common sense. Just, I mean, there's obviously a gray area and fine lines, but for the most part, people that are getting banned, unfortunately, either are doing something shady and they're not admitting it. And again, the violations are usually like you don't get a permanent ban for being first warning type of thing. 30 days is long, but that's not permanent. Like people like if you look at and next we'll kind of look into um the banned list. Have you guys ever looked at this? Holy smokes. This is wild, guys. They have this is a weekly, oh this was like 2 weeks. They've been doing 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then recently they've just been doing every single week. They've been having a ban list for the past month, for the past few months. They're just having just banned user list. So like this is the one that had 500 people looking at it. This is just madness. Oh, am I even gonna be able to see this? Uh-oh. I don't even have Excel, awkwardly. I think I might have crashed my computer. Shoot. But yeah, I looked at this before. It's like 40,000 people in Asia, in A1, in Asia 1, were on the ban list for 1 week. And I would say about 95% of them are bots. That's just insane how many bots they're trying to deal with. Now, my final kind of opinion on this is that I kind of wish that they like it's nice to get rid of the bots. It's kind of nice that they're getting rid of the bots, but I kind of wish that they focus more on like what the community is asking for. You know, the players that actually play. Like they're so focused on the people that don't even play the game, they just abuse it that like they're doing all these things maybe to help the economy. I think I saw them mention it once that they try to help the it's trying to help the in-game economy, but there's so many other things they can do to do that, right? Like just something simple like reducing forging cost for things, something like increasing red mezzos cap as another, like I don't know, getting more access to like improving shops to get access to like nodes in other ways besides the events, like through art, root abyss, through gold leaves, like something like maybe is there ability to get experience nodes other than event shop, right? Could there be possibly be ways to get it as a drop? Could they give us mezzo? Could they give us mezzo rate potentials? I mean, they mentioned that they're trying to like help the economy. I forget where they said it, but the game economy. Like they're talking about like all these things adversely affect the game economy, like and fairness. But really, there's so many other things they could do to help. And so hopefully that's what they're. I mean, they have planned. Like getting rid of the bots isn't going to solve everything. You know what I mean? Like banning, just mass banning people and that are using emulators or getting rid of emulators isn't going to like maybe it's a small part of the economy, but I feel like there's just still so many ways like that players can get mezzos, like can get items and do things to help make the game more the resources more accessible. So that's kind of my like big takeaway from this. That I just wish that they focus more on the players that are playing and what they're suggesting in the feedback section, um, versus like just targeting bots that they're just constantly banning. Why can't they do both?